So yeah, look, I feel really lucky all the time that I'm able to spend here, and so thankful that we have a place like this to come to. But I don't think I hear too many stories, or have heard the full story about when Papa Love first bought Salisbury Grange. Do you remember, Dad?
Well, it was basically a derelict block. It was handed over, first surveyed in 1942, and someone had attempted to put a couple of fences in. They were major owners in the area. They were the original people who obtained the title out of the government. And I think the area got too big for them, so they started selling it off, and we ended up with this place that was sort of very much scrub, and they weren't very adventurous, the farmers. They had a bulldozer which they got bogged, and when he bought the place, we bought it with a bulldozer, so we had to pay extra for the bulldozer, and then somehow we got rid of it. But then what they call parkland cleared the place, so that basically it was nice trees everywhere and open spaces, and then we put in fences and started running cattle, and that was 50 years ago. No road, 50 years ago.
Do you remember, Mum?
Yeah, I remember coming down with my dad just after he'd bought the property, and that was 50 years ago because I was expecting my first child. That's going to be 50 years this year, so that was when I came down with him. He showed it to me. He was very proud that he'd purchased it, always wanted to be a farmer or own some property. And of course it's been in the family ever since, and all the generations have thoroughly enjoyed.
Things have changed a bit since then, and lucky enough to have perhaps a nicer abode to stay in now.
Yeah, that was our retirement house, home, so that Marilyn could come down and enjoy the place again.
And you could spend every week down here looking after your cows. But no, we are very lucky, and we've used it obviously a lot since then.
And we get parents, friends, kids, lots of people. I think we've had as many as about 40 people here, 35, 40 people, all sort of camping and staying around, all enjoying themselves. Everyone seems to enjoy themselves.
We've had a lot of events as well down here. We had our eldest, Jodie's 21st. We had John's 70th, big gap.
We've had staff events.
We've had staff events here. We've had Peter and Deanne's wedding down here. What else have we had down here? Lots. And every Easter, of course, we have a big gathering of our family and close family friends.
So, Easter lunch?
Yep.
What are we going to cook?
Well, we normally cook a really nice boned pork, which is done on the spit. Nothing's different. It's going to be the same this year. Hopefully the crackling will be delicious again. And then we either cook a whole piece of beef, which is from our cattle, or otherwise we buy some lamb, and that's often done on the Argentinian barbecue. So this year we're going to do some lamb. And then veggies, usually quite easy. A couple of big trays of oven-baked veggies, or otherwise you can do them in the pizza oven if need be. Particularly when we have at least 20 people for lunch, sometimes more.
Yeah, but I love the potatoes with the duck.
Duck fat.
Duck fat potato.
Yeah, duck fat potato. They're the thing to have. They're great.
And then always a goodie, an oldie but a goodie, is the cauliflower cheese, which everybody likes. And this year we're just going to put our broccoli and make it cauliflower broccoli with some cheese.
Got some beautiful Berkshire pork from Hamlet Farm in Coolah. And leg of lamb?
Yeah.
Leg of lamb. How are we going to do that? Are we going to do it?
A bit of garlic and rosemary, and maybe some, we'll do a bit of lemon juice. Grab a
Greek
little
style.
bit of lemon- Greek style.
Should we do it in
Yep.
the pizza oven?
I think that'd be nice.
Yeah.
And then we'll finish off our lunch with a nice carrot cake, which is perhaps not as fancy as the Easter cakes we often make.
Yeah, but that was going to be your theme for
It
this
is.
Easter.
Yeah, it is. Carrots.
Carrots for the bunny
The
rabbits.
bunny and carrots in the floral arrangement.
So what theme, you're famous for your Easter table themes, Mum. What are we going to do this year? Even though we're unfortunately, we don't have the normal crowd,
20,
but there's
no.
4 of us this year.
That's
so-
okay. We'll still. We have missed out on a couple of the decorations that were going to go on the table simply because we can't go shopping. But the theme is a little bit of almost 50s decor with the green underplates, white top plates, green serviettes. And then we were going to do packets of seeds on everybody's plate, which they could either take home or donate to the farm, which we would plant and then give them some produce. So at this stage, we've just got some seeds with carrots on the table and some fresh carrots topping that. And we have a beautiful arrangement in the middle of the table, which features some homegrown flowers and some carrots
Tomatoes.
and some tomatoes and
We've had
some
a
Brussels
great-
sprouts in it as
Yeah.
well, if you look carefully.
We've had a great season for the moment.
Okay, well our cake this year is not quite as fancy as it has been in previous years, but it really fits in with our table theme, as it is an Easter carrot cake with spiced buttercream and caramel sauce. So I've put the oven on 160 Celsius. I've got a Celsius oven, it would be on 180. 2.5 cups of self-raising flour, 1.5 cups of caster sugar, half a cup of pecans, finely chopped, a teaspoon of cinnamon, we will just mix that together. I whisk 4 large eggs with 1.5 cups of sunflower oil. Add that to the dry mixture, along with 2.5 cups of grated carrot. And then mix it thoroughly. We'll then spread the mixture into the prepared cake pans, half in each one. And it will go into the oven at 160 Celsius on a fan forced oven. Alright, so we've halved the mixture, smoothed it over, and these will go into the oven now and they will cook for about 35 minutes or until you put your skewer in it, it comes out clean. Done! Well, the Easter carrot cake is now ready to add some finishing touches to make it a little bit more like a special Easter cake. It took roughly 40 minutes in my oven to cook. While the cake was cooling, I made a spiced buttercream and a caramel sauce. I've sandwiched the cake together with the spiced buttercream and also covered the top. So we just put a little bit of fresh greenery around here, which is the leaves from the little baby carrots that came out of our garden. And then we'll just drizzle a little of the caramel sauce down the cake. And we'll just top it with some little chocolate Easter bunnies. of bunnies down below. Oh, turning around the right way. Maybe he wants to get into the cake. Yeah, there's a carrot for you guys. And a few little Easter eggs. I think that's enough. I think that'll do. Very simple. As I said, this year, not quite as fancy as normal, but I'm pretty sure it will be delicious and well received by everybody. So we're just going to do a roast leg of lamb, which I'm going to stud with rosemary from our farm, garlic from our farm, and the preserved lemons, which of course were made from lemons of our lemon tree. Okay. We've got a piece of rosemary. Cut some garlic. Freshly peeled garlic. Might need to make the slit a little bit bigger. We'll cut the garlic in half. And then I've got some preserved lemon. You don't use the middle bit of the preserved lemon, otherwise it would be too salty. Take that out. Slice that. I'll put a piece of that into the slit as well. So a bit of rosemary, some garlic, and some preserved lemon. Just continue to do that all over the top of the lamb with the rosemary, the garlic and the preserved lemon. Okay, that's the lamb studded with rosemary, garlic and preserved lemon. Okay, now the lamb's been studded. We'll grind a little bit of black pepper over the lamb. Salt and rub a little bit of brown sugar in between the rosemary. Brown sugar on the side. Now I'm going to place that in my baking dish. I've got a little bit of malt vinegar and water. Some olives, black olives. We're going to place the lamb on the olives and the vinegar water mixture. and drizzle with a little bit of olive oil. There we go, ready to cook.
Alright, got a boneless pork leg today. Really simple. We're going to do it on the spit, and we just took off the neck, scored the skin, rubbed in some salt, and we'll put it on the spit, put it on the fire. Overkill for the small piece of pork we got today on this size spit, but this is a nice one actually. Mum and Dad picked up, or probably Dad picked up this motor for the spit actually from Greece, so that's a little bit of history on that one. I've just used primarily charcoal, lump charcoal, with a little bit of jarrah there. Now, pork belly from Hamlet Pork, free-range Berkshire pigs. Secret I've found to crispy skin on a pork belly or crispy crackling, you really want to get that skin dry. So what I do is pop it in the fridge overnight with a layer of salt on, just to really draw out all that moisture. And then a trick from Chinese restaurants, just spike it full of tiny holes so that the fat can come out and crisp up the skin. So we've got the pork belly in the pizza oven. We've had the pizza oven lit for maybe an hour, hour and a half, just to let it get that residual heat. I just popped on a couple more bits of wood just to turn up the heat to get the crispiness on the pork belly initially, and then we just want it to settle back down for a longer cook. Pizza ovens normally run really hot, maybe 350C. We've got this one more sort of 180 to 200, depending on where in the oven you are. Okay, crispy pork belly.
Our Easter.
So we've got Brussels
Lunch.
sprouts. Oh, this is lovely. Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, John, with the baked veggies. We've got
Veggies,
some,
yeah.
in the baked veggies, we've got onion, a whole garlic, Brussels sprouts,
Oh, you got
pumpkin
my
growing in
beetroot in
We've
there.
got beetroot, potatoes,
Duck
and
fat,
whole carrots.
duck fat potatoes.
No, they're Greek potatoes in there, John.
Oh, sorry.
So, with lemon and stock. And then there's some red cabbage, which is braised, sauteed onion, and then some apple with the cabbage, done with salt and some malt vinegar, braised for about 30 minutes.
The pork belly. Look, how are we all going to get through this? I mean, there's 4 of us. This is a big meal. I think we'll have leftovers and we'll have a great Monday
We might
leftovers.
have to cook for a week.
Looks great. Thank you very much.
Their Easter, and stay well, keep safe.
Yeah, look, it's an Easter like no other at the moment, but certainly the positive is everyone hopefully is where possible at home with their families, and there's one benefit is spending time with family and very close family, obviously.
So I think that, with the restrictions at the moment, families are learning to go back to things and do things that they haven't done for years.
Yeah.
Because in the rush of life and work and and business, and everybody seems to be too busy to touch base with reality sometimes.
Yeah.
And, I suppose if any good comes out of it, maybe that's it. A lot of people staying home and doing things
Yeah, look,
that
just
they've not done for a while.
opportunity to slow down and enjoy the
Yeah.
company of family.
So how about jam making and tomato pickle making?
Well, if you've got any green tomatoes, we can give you a recipe. So. Not so sure about that.